thing I'm saying, but hopefully you are with us and you can hear what I'm saying. And you're watching a very exciting bit of opening footage of Project Cars 2 Reloading. We love this, don't we? Not. Anyway, we will be back. Normal service will resume very shortly. As soon as this loads back up, we will jump back into the lobby where everybody else is, and we will resume as per normal. This is live TV for you, isn't it, Kyle? Let's be fair, mate. This is live TV all around. Right. Hopefully we are getting somewhere. So what we should end up having in a moment or two's time is me jumping straight back into this lobby, and then this should come back up online on your screen any second now. We are still back there, and with a bit of luck it still has me in the same role, and we are good to go. That would be nice. I'm assuming that is the case. So we should be happy-go-lucky. But we'll see. Hopefully that is all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping it'd come back with the same role. It usually does. It's only if you shut the PlayStation down. But yeah, it'll have to be controller now on for streaming. Do not use wheel, ever. Because that's twice now that I've used a wheel and it's done that. So, hey guys, if you've been watching, your excitement's over. We're back to this. So this is heat number 2 with Kenny, Kenton, Mr. QWERTY and Mr. Palm. It'll be, I mean, Kenny after the first one, he'll be looking to get hopefully a decent grid spot for this one, won't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah, so it's got all the guys, everyone's ready. So obviously with the stream being broken up, we've already done qualifying 1, so this is the start now of qualifying 2, race 1.
It certainly is. It certainly is.
To this race.
We're going to have a stream per heat. No, we're not. I'm joking. But we'd be here all night. I'd actually be a 97-year-old skeleton by the time we'd finished. Which I don't want to be. I'd be thinner, but that's about it. Anyway, so far tonight we've had Kenny win the first heat in round 1. If you want to call it round 1, heat 1, he won 322.58. Round 1, heat 2 was faster, with the front 2 both beating that time. So it was 320 point something. I can't remember the change, but if anyone can do under 320, fair play. I will just sit here in wonderment and wonder how the hell they do it, because I would struggle to get around. Oh, there you go, back to normal. He's on the back of the grid.
You can't be on the front all the time. You can't make it
I know. He's probably, I know what he's saying, and I'm not repeating it, but I know what he'll be saying. So you got a front forward lockout then. They'll be hard to get past. You know what? They'll be tough to get past on this first corner, unless Kenny gets a really, really good start. He might dive to the left of the Ford. Do you think? Man, with controller, they get away well.
Going to be difficult for him to make a move here. Probably at the inside. If they ran wide, someone ran wide there. Mark QWERTY, I think, is to the back there with a yellow.
That gave Kenny the chance, didn't it? It gave Kenny his chance, though. Yeah, I think Kenny will just sit.
If Kento keeps it pretty tight here, it's going to be difficult for Kenny to have a look. But Kenny takes a look now.
Yeah, but he might get it back now.
Here. He runs wide into the wall, so that's helped Kento out. And
he gets
the inside. Good move there from Palm.
he got shot out.
Runs it immediately wide, so he's gone off the track there somewhere.
Yeah. So I think he ended up in Austria, to be honest with you.
Straight into the Joker.
Oh, that's.
Does it there.
Yeah, it's going to lose a bit there.
Not a bad one, but he seems to have been in the wrong gear maybe to pull off there. He looked like he struggled to pull out of the Joker. But, I mean, he's done his Joker and he's directly behind Kenny. So
true. He's come out all right. No, he's come out okay out of that, hasn't he? To be fair.
Mark QWERTY looks like he could be catching up again a little bit there at the back.
Yeah, poor old Palm ended up in Austria. I think he went that wide, so he's probably had to buy a ticket to get back. But hey, it's still better than I would have done, mate, so don't worry about it.
And just see on some of these corners, like Kenny runs a bit wide, and I wonder if that's coming down to the tyre rule there that we were talking about earlier.
Better safe than sorry, I think, is the order of the day, is it not?
Usually these guys, they obviously, when you're hunting for the best times, you're right on that apex.
Yeah, they're hugging it, aren't they?
Now it's a bit more dangerous to do that. You've got to really risk it.
But do they do that in real life with regards to the circuits? Otherwise,
with the barriers, I mean, obviously, if you hit the tire in real life, it'll break your car a bit more.
Yeah, it's going to hurt.
But also, you'll see at certain points on this track, there's actually like poles. Those are the markers, and they do on certain tracks where a serious advantage can be gained from cutting corners and stuff. They are pretty harsh. It's basically the same rule I saw them using at Hollier's last season or the season before, and some of the drivers were actually getting disqualified. I think the rule was
for taking the
penalty warning, and then third time I think disqualified from that racer if you cut it. So
yeah, but it's got to be fair, hasn't it? Yeah, but it's got to be fair. At the end of the day, it is all about time in the qualifying heats. So it is the most important thing. So if people then get a chance to cheat, for want of better words, even though they may, whether it's intentional or unintentional, doesn't really come into it, does it?
You can see Palmer's at the back now, so he's obviously struggled after running it wide.
Yeah.
He was doing pretty well,
yeah,
actually.
He did all right. He'll get there. I mean, this is his first proper effort at this, isn't it? Let's be fair.
We were actually laughing earlier. He's jumped into two of the hardest races we usually do in both classes, pretty much, weather-wise and for technical-wise in the rallycross.
But this must be so much fun to get it. This must be so much fun to race, though, as a circuit.
It is. It's a great track. That first corner, I'll see if I get brave enough later in this car, but I like to get my nose as close to that inside of that wall there as I can.
Yeah, just to try and sort of sneak around it.
Usually in the Mini, I'm pretty good at getting the nose close, and I think in the Ford.
Yeah, it's a shorter bonnet, isn't it? Let's be fair. Ford's got a long bonnet.
The Citroen's a bit harder, so I'm going to see if I get braver later.
Even the Citroen's probably got a longer bonnet.
Keep an eye open, and you might see me brush the corner with my nose there.
See, that was a bit slower, 323.1. But again, I think he played careful there, because it's, everyone's going to have to play careful a little bit, like you said.
Also, it's a bit odd to see Kenny in these first races. Obviously, that means he was in a sort of slower group from the week
from the
before.
last time out.
Remember, he flipped in some of those races and he had some bad runs.
Yeah, which didn't mean he lost his temper. It just meant his car landed on its roof. Anyway, your turn.
I'll be racing the next one, so you will see
323.
Kenny the cameraman, I'm sure.
Yeah, 323 to beat. Not much. Nice and easy for you. No problem.
Yes. Best of luck with the stream.
Yeah, have fun. We won't have any problems now. It's a wheel thing. It just doesn't like them. So I'll just switch the damn thing off. It's easier. Because we're swapping over for the lights anyway, so I can then go for the wheel when we do that. That's easier that way.
Kenny will be here shortly, I'm sure.
No problem. And don't call me shortly. Anyway, so as K9 goes off to get involved in that, he's going to morph into Kenny, who probably took it easy and thought, I'm not hitting any tyres in that last heat. Am I right with that one? He can't hear me. He is here though. I definitely know he's here. So it looks like everybody's... No, they're not. We need to reassign. So obviously we're just waiting for Mr. K9 to do some reassigning, because at the moment, unless he gets stuck, which might be awkward. So we'll see what's going on there with that one. We'll have a look. We'll see what transpires. But we're kind of hoping that we can swap that roll over. But occasionally, knowing how Project Cars has been for the past few days, it looks like we've managed to get it off K9. So hopefully that's gonna land next to Kenny any moment now. But then again, weirder things have happened, and this game is going incredibly slowly. In fact, for the past 4 days, it's not even been bloody working properly, has it? Let's be honest. So, you just never know what's going to go on with this game. It's Project Cars. It's just one of those things that happens. You should get used to it by now. We are, kind of. But every time you just think it's sorted and it's been fine for a while, we then end up with another problem. But there you go. We now have the newly named Kenny the cameraman. And no, I didn't say Cartman. I just said Kenny the cameraman. Because that's his new role. After driving, so he wants to see if anyone's... No, I didn't say Cartman. Oh, no, turn that off. Get off, get off. Because that's his new... No, shut up. Don't want to hear myself again. Yay. That's okay. Everything now is going well. We hope. Something like that, anyway. But we'll see. Hopefully everything will be fine. But yeah, 323 point something to beat for these guys in this heat if they want to take 50 points. I just can't remember what the point something was. I think it was 0.172 or something like that. But don't quote me just in case I got it wrong. But it was something close to that. But we shall see. We shall see what these dudes can throw up. Hopefully it's not yesterday's dinner, but weirder things have happened, haven't they? Let's be honest. It's been an odd day. Oh, look at that front row. These two guys couldn't have wished for better, could they? Mr. Dusty and Mr. Ratek there. Ryan's stuck right at the back. Probably the worst place on the grid, I would have thought. To be stuck behind the only person, really, who is directly behind another car. And that's me swigging my coffee, by the way. Which my lovely wife brought for me. I just thought I'd give her a mention, bless her. In the meantime, what we going to do here then? Oh, I wonder. I think, me personally, I know some people might disagree with me, but I think Dusty's got the best place on the grid if he gets a good start, because he can come in from wide and probably take the corner narrow if he gets there. Failing that, even if K9 gets a good start, which they're going to do now, if he gets a good start, he could nick the inside. It's anybody's, isn't it? It's all up for grabs, isn't it, once again? So heat 2, round 2, or round 2, heat 2. I think Ratek got a good start there, as did Dusty. Is Dusty going to go around the outside? Is Ryan going to take the inside? He does. Oh, bit of contact there between Mr. Berries and Kyle there. I'm just trying to see the replay. It's a bit difficult to tell, really. That looks racing incident at first thought, but hey, that's initial thought. But these three Audis are all ganging up. They all ganged up on the Citroen, didn't they? But Dusty's just about got his nose in front. Ratek's going to try and hold it round the outside. I think that would have been a tough gig, to be honest. But he'll just try and hold on to Dusty's coattails and hug the inside, with Mr. Berries very tight onto his coattails too. Interesting to see where they go for Joker here, because what I did notice in the other ones, if you get it right, the Joker is actually a shorter lap. Oh, Ratek, oh dear. He tried to hug the very, very inside apex of that, and let's just say it didn't quite work for him. Pity that, because that was shaping up to be pretty good, but hey, it's music to Mr. Berry's ears. But is anyone going to go Joker, or are they going to leave it till the death? That's the question. Are they going to leave it right to the end? That's what I don't know. Will they go together? Don't know that either. If I was Ratek, I'd try taking my Joker into lap 3 just to see if I can get ahead of him. Or do you take it in lap 4 and just hope that you can just beat him to the punch right at the death? Depends if you're gaining, I suppose, or losing ground. Not much in it, is there? Just over a second, isn't it? So it's going to be quite close, I think, between these two. Again, at different parts of the track, the gap comes down a little bit. Ratek has reined it in by about 0.3, 0.4. So what's going to happen? That's the question. What's going to happen? Because he's going to really try and push it and try and send it, but the problem is then you'll lose a bit of ground into around the corners if you don't get the power down just as you want it to be. But yeah, two reasonable times there. Right, anyone going to go, or are they going to leave it? Dusty's going to go. I wonder if he's... Is he going to... No, he's going to come out. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's done it right. He's managed to get in there. Which in truth is there's not much in it, but you can see if they get a pretty clear. Oh, Dusty nearly did a Ratek then, which has let Ryan back in the mix. But it's all about Ryan's joker now. He did a really good joker last time out, to be fair. It was a very, very smooth joker. So if he does that again, he might well get to take this. Sorry for the other two guys, but this is where the battle is. So, it's got to be where it is. But that's putting some real pressure under Dusty now. But obviously he's managed to eke a bit of a gap. But this is where Ryan can't make any mistakes here. This has got to be a flawless joker. Oh, he's pushed it. No, it's ruined it. I think he's done for because of that. No matter what he does now, I think that's probably cost him. Or did I lie? Yeah, it did. I think he would have come out in front otherwise. Damn good race, though, in all fairness. That was a really close race, to be fair. Interested to see what these times are, because I didn't think it was that fast, but I might be wrong. Oh, dear me. That's the one thing you can guarantee with Rallycross. Absolute pale at the end. Yeah, I don't think that will be the best race that Kyle's ever done, but he'll just get an excuse to full send it between him and Ratek, and there we see that lovely fire truck again that we see every time, and it still looks exactly the same, which is a bit weird. 3:23.004, actually, that did take it. Kenny's might have been the second best time of the round, just before Berry's. I think it's close, I'm not sure. I know it was 3:23s, but going to be tight, that. But I think Dusty will take it for the fact it's 004. But Kenny Shep might be second, Ryan Berry's might be third. I'm not. It's certainly that's the top three, but I'm just not sure which one. But it's definitely not the start you wanted there, my friend.
Not at all.
No, to be honest, I got, obviously, by looking at the stream, I don't know if you get to see it in like a few seconds behind like I do. Between the two of you, I'm not quite sure. It was really hard to look at. Initially, it looked like one moved in from one way and one moved in from the other way, and you met in the middle. But
I honestly didn't even know there was a car there. I thought I had the inside, and then I don't know. And I was pointing the wrong direction.
Yeah, I think it was like I don't know. Was it you? Was it you and Ryan? I think it was you and Ryan, because Ryan was on the outside, and it looked like it stayed on the outside, and then obviously coming down. It's hard from where the angle that I had. It's not the best angle, if I'm honest with you. It's not the best angle at all, because you're looking almost in the background.
I have absolutely no idea, so I'm not going to pass any judgment till I see footage for myself.
And I watched it twice, but from the stream and the replay, and it was really difficult to ascertain from there. I got to be honest, it was. But when that happens right at the start, it's just like, it's not as if you've got another hour of racing to catch up, is it?
No. And then you push and you make even more mistakes.
Yeah, because you're overdriving then. And same with Ratek, to be fair. The three Audis were all together then at that point, of course. And then Ratek coming into turn one, trying to almost kiss the inside apex, as you were alluding to earlier. Yeah. Gave it a bit more of a snog.
And I clipped some tyres there on that long left-hand on, I think, the third lap. So there's my warning there.
Yes, you bad man, you are warned, bad person, you. It is hard, but obviously, for somebody to go around here completely clean and not hit anything, fair play, you deserve a medal, to be quite honest. But it obviously there's got to be some sort of happy medium between ridiculous and incredibly spotless.
Yeah. Anyways, so I see we got Kenny in this race again. Remember, this is race 1 of qualifying 3, so it just shows what a tough time he had of France, which was the previous round.
Yeah, because he keeps going in the, technically speaking, slower heat, without being disrespectful to anybody. But I don't think he'll mind being there. At least he hasn't got somebody in front of him. And if he gets a good start, I mean, obviously, I think Mark's at the back, isn't he? It's Kento and... See, Mark will get a good start with the pad, but I think Kenny might get away here. Yeah.
Up the inside, yeah. He takes some tyres with him there.
Yeah,
as well.
I think tyres are in second place, aren't they? No. Well, Kenny's where he wanted to be. Let's face it. He couldn't have envisaged. It's that Mark Quirty that's gone there. Just trying to look at the replay. Can't really tell. I haven't got an angle. I think he's gone mega full send around the circuit part of the track, and just gone straight into the tyre bale. I think, but.
Kento doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I was just about to say exactly the same thing. He's the more it goes on, the more adept he gets, and the more used to the car.
He goes immediately to his Joker there.
That's not a bad Joker, you know.
Over and done with.
I wasn't a bad Joker either.
No, it doesn't seem to be too far off the back of him.
No, it was quite smooth. I mean, obviously, it's that's going to be all good.
It's quite a tough Joker, that one. So. I mean, it just takes Kenny to make a little bit of a mistake or to botch it a bit, and Kento could be right back there again. So.
Yeah, it's certainly not very forgiving, is it? Let's be honest. It's not the most forgiving Joker on the planet.
Palm not too far away. He's doing a good job here.
Again, he's getting more used to the car. That was a proper send.
As you do in the Mini, there's no other way.
Yeah, look, I'm just going to say a bit like when JPH is in it, to be fair. It can be a little bit like proper chucky round.
When you want to see the smoke show, then you need to see Ratek and myself in these minis. That's the smoke show.
Yeah. Car doesn't go anywhere, there's just loads of smoke.
Yeah. We don't usually finish a lot of races, but
I'll watch it.
Fantastic.
I was watching Kento then come full send around that corner in the background of Kenny. That was really good. I bet he enjoyed that.
I want to see on this last lap, so turn 1. I have a personal goal. I don't know if you checked me crash into it on about the third lap, but I have a personal goal where I tried to get my front of my nose as close to that wall as I can.
Yeah, as you're coming around it.
It makes for some epic pictures later when it gets to picture time. And let's see who's brave enough here. Let's see if anyone...
In one of the heats, it was actually funny, because... As you all do a flick at the end of after crossing the finishing line, if all the cars had stayed together, I think he gave it a bit of a wider berth there. He might do it. He might do it at the end, but that's where Ratek caught it and it just ploughed him across to the right hand side, properly catapulted. I think Palm's got some problems a little bit, as you can tell with the front of that car. I would imagine there's some serious
he does
suspension.
Rotate it nicely there. Yeah, that's a good rotation.
Oh, he gets it round, doesn't he? Oh, Tarzan said, "Poof, no Mini."
Decent deck for controller. That's not bad there either.
No, that's good going. I've got to be honest. I've never tried rallycross with a controller. I'm not sure if I couldn't be any worse than I am with a wheel, if I'm honest. But no, I think discretion would be the better part of Valor. What's Kenny got to do? Is he got to go for it?
He's going to finish in first.
Yep, he's definitely got to do that. Kenton
doing a good job here to hold to second.
You know what? He's like I say. I know we've said this a couple of times, but for the number of times he's done this, he's really started to fit into it. Palm, in all fairness, again, for another newbie, if I dare give him that moniker, until he did that. Well done. You just made me look a complete nerdle now, haven't you? But that was fun. Again,
I've got to say, of all the guys I've been watching throughout the seasons and stuff, Kento is really sort of... I'd almost go like if we did a most improved or something like that, I'd say he's the one that would be in the running.
Definitely, definitely. If you
gotten better.
Yeah, if you had like every season like a most improved driver, I know we're not at the end yet, but we've seen enough, haven't we? And I don't think Palm will be far behind either. I don't think Palm's going to be far behind either in a couple more rounds.
We don't know if Palm's improved because it's his first go, but
this is true. But
best rookie, let's say that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But it's good to have a bit of new blood. That's always good. You know, variety is the spice of life, as they say. So it's nice to get some new blood, and it's nice that they appear to have taken to it quite well.
Yeah. Anyways, so now we got race 2 of qualifying 3. It's Dusty, Ryan, myself, and Mark. Which is Ratek, so.
No real competition.
Yeah. I don't know how I cheated my way into these fast races.
That's because Kenny had a crap round last time out. You swap places with him. He had a poo round, ending up on his roof and getting battered.
He tagged me in. I think he just wanted some better races, some ones that he could get out ahead this round.
Yeah, it was all planned. It was part of the master plan. We've no idea
So
what.
Just waiting on berries, and then we're good to go. So I'll jump out quick, and I'll
Yeah,
see
no
you
worries.
back here
Have a good race.
well,
Try not to kill anyone and get killed.
I won't see you for the race after this.
No,
I'm
because you're in
racing
that as
again.
well. Yeah, you're in
But I'll
that.
see you for the last one of the supers.
Absolutely. Have fun. I won't say break a leg, because in this that's probably not nice, but in the theatre world it is nice. So here we go then for heat number 6, if you want to put it that way, but it's heat number 2 of round number 3. Are you following that? Oh, and Tarzan said it's a pity that the Mini isn't green. I don't know. Yep, Mr. Ratek has just said to him, always space for you to bring it back out of retirement. Absolutely. Put your money where your mouth is. Actually, unless your mouth's on your arse, in which case don't put it there. But if it is, then you've got a real problem. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, we have our Fantastic Four, which is K9, Ratek, Berries and Dusty Bin. So expect this to be a very slow round, because they're all rubbish. I'm joking, they're not. They're actually quite good, usually. Reasonably. I mean, I'm sure this will be an easy one for Kyle. He'll wipe the floor with this lot, won't he? They're all rubbish. He hopes. He will be hoping. Big style. He will be wanting that. But it should be an interesting one. I think position on the grid is going to be everything, although we've seen some pretty good starts from everywhere other than last. Because, let's face it, last is about, well, it is the only position you can be in where you're actually directly behind another car. So if you're on the inside or the outside, you've still got a pretty good chance. If you get a good start on the inside, then you can hug that narrow apex, forcing everyone else wide. So that's going to give you a good shout, which I think is what Kenny did on the last one. Or the round before, can't remember. I've slept since then, probably. But if you can get that inside line, then I think you're going to get away. The other guy is probably going to, if you're on the outside, really, you've got to hope to get an absolute flying start and get half a car length in front at least to be able to have any chance of getting around there first. But we shall see. Oh, probably everyone's worst nightmare. Dusty got pride of place right in the middle there. Ratek obviously has got what I would consider to be the next best thing if you get a good shout. Sorry, Berries, not Ratek. Ratek's got the worst one. Kyle's not got a bad run either from there if he gets a good start, but I think he'd do well to beat Dusty off the start line. But weirder things have happened, haven't they? Just not for a while. But we'll have to see. So it's like 3 Audis and a DS3. Is that a film? Oh no, that's 4 weddings and a funeral, wasn't it? But anyway, rock and roll. Dusty gets a really good start there. I think Kyle got a brilliant start as well, to be fair. Him and Berry's close together there. I think they stayed apart. They clashed in the last race, although from first thoughts I didn't think it was anyone's fault. But Dusty's in the position he wants to be. Expect him to pull it out a little bit here, especially if these three are fighting each other. Oh, Ratek lost it a little bit there, but I think that also held up Kyle. Oh, and Ratek's rear end just smacked Kyle out. I think he'll probably be cursing in South Africa now, or he'll be cursing in English, but I won't repeat it, but he'll probably be thinking, oh, clucking bell, or something like that. So I don't blame him. That's 2 races in a row he's kind of come a cropper, none of which have been his own fault. But Dusty comes out front, in front of Ryan there, but we saw what happened in the last race, and Ryan managed to pull that one out. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Ratek lost it there. Again, probably trying to overdrive it to catch up with the other guys, which is a problem. If something happens and you're trying to make that time up, you're going to overdrive the car. I mean, that's rich from coming from me, who can't even drive the damn thing in the first place. But you will overdrive it a little bit. In fairness, these two having a good little battle. In fairness to Ryan, he did pull out of it a little bit because he had Dusty sort of in a T-bone position. I think if he'd have carried on from there, he'd have pushed Dusty out, which might not have been the right thing to do. Still not going for Joker. He's going to do it on lap 4, I think. It's the time to do it, isn't it, if you want to. If you're behind and you want to try and get it, because if you come out in front there, they've got no chance to get you back. But we'll see. As Dusty holds it, he's gone wide there. It gives Ryan a chance to bring that gap right down. Oh, because that gap's right down, would he take the Joker? Will he? Will that come into strategy play? Because if he's right on his arse, for want of better words, surely if he can get the Joker and ace the Joker, then he'd come out in front. But he just lost a little bit there. Bit too much full send, if there is such a thing as too much full send. I like the expression on the driver's face in this game. Totally deadpan. Now Dusty's pulled out a bit more of a gap, so he's going to stay out. Is he? Yeah. I thought at one point he might have took the Joker if he was right behind him. But probably best to take it on lap 4 anyway. You've got more chance of the other person making a mistake, and hopefully it's, if you do get in front, they've got no chance to come back at you, have they? So I suppose that stands to reason. In the meantime, Ratek's trying to gain a little bit in the background, which isn't bad considering what he's done earlier. Same for K9, in fairness. The way I think the rear end of Ratek's car basically gave him a left hook across the chin and sent him straight into the wall, so he probably got suspension damage out of that. I don't doubt that for a second. So anyway, this is where it's going to matter. So Ryan's got a reasonable line there, it looked like, to get into the Joker. But no, he's come out way short, hasn't he? We didn't see the first part of that Joker, did we? So it's a bit hard to tell, but I think he's probably had to use his brakes a little bit into the first part of the Joker and probably cost himself a little bit of ground. So Mr. Bin gets one in. And here comes K9, who we know he's just going to do a full send around these last 2 corners because there's nothing on it, so he's just going to show off basically. And then go as close as he can. Oh, we didn't get to see you do it, mate. So tough. We got to look at the fire truck instead. Again, 320.228, 21 threes. So I think they are the top 2 times of the round. So that will give them 50 and 47 respectively off the top of my head. Probably Kenny with 3rd, I would have thought from that. But again, hopefully, I don't know what would usually happen is Mr. Berries would give us an update after 3 rounds. But because he's been in the last race, he might not get the chance to do so. If he does, great. If not, not a problem. But obviously, we will be able to see. Heading into round 4. So round 4 will be keeping Kyle in there. And so it'll be Kyle, so K9, Kento, Mark Quirty and Palm. So in fairness to Kyle, he might be hoping for a bit more luck in this, right? He might be hoping for a little bit more luck. We might need you back, Kenny, if I'm honest, mate. I don't know. Because Kyle and... Oh no, of course, Mr. Ratek's going to be with me, of course he is. What am I thinking of? He's going to be with me for this one. Fresh after trying to hit as many obstacles as humanly possible in 4 laps.
Is that my intro?
It certainly is. How did you know? How did you know? How did you possibly know?
It's a track where I like to hit everything possible, mate. It's tricky, this one.
You know what? It's brilliant to watch. I ain't gonna lie. It's awesome to watch. It's probably one of the most physically aesthetic races to watch when it's done right. It looks brilliant, but it also looks frigging hard.
Yeah, there's some corners that I really love, like the big sweeping hairpin at the end of the long straight. I love that one.
I did notice.
Some of the others, that turn 1, that wall that sticks out, that's just in the way. That needs to be pushed back about a couple of foot.
Yeah, or you need to go round slightly better. in fairness, the 3 of you were all together. It was like watching the German Job, not the Italian Job. The German Job with 3 Audis rather than the Italian Job with 3 Minis, but that still doesn't go either. But in fairness, the 3 of you were all together. That could have been brilliant.
Yeah,
but obviously that put pay to you. Kyle's got a good shout here, actually, because
he's on the outside.
I actually like that.
Some of the runs that I've seen Kento on the stream he's been good.
He's been decent. He has.
Yeah.
Mark Quirty on the pad gets a mega start because you're doing a pad, in all fairness. If he gets it right. But Palm's done all right and all. He's getting used to that mini.
Definitely is, yeah. For his first round, I'm impressed with how
he's done brilliantly. He has done brilliantly. Go on. Kyle must be open. There's nobody to hit me. Palm just killed some tyres, I think. She's just killed some tyres.
Kyle running the back end of his car right on the limit there on that corner.
He's hoping to get the inside here. But will he get switched back?
Just gets a tail whip as well, so that's pushed him out.
Yeah, I think Kyle overcompensated for that coming back around, although because you whopped him on with your tail in the last race.
I did apologise for that. Yeah.
Hey, it was almost like a really cracking right hook. I've got to be fair. The way it came round, he just face planted him straight into the wall. I did laugh. Oh, Kento's just caught the edge.
And K9.
He caught it coming out the Joker.
K9 up into the lead. It looked like K9 had made a mistake, but it was Kento that had made a mistake.
Yeah, he caught the edge of the wall. And of course that pushed him back around. So that's giving him a clear run now. No mistakes between now and the end, and put a decent time in.
Yeah, Mark Quirty just had a mistake there, but he's still in second, and there are two in the background there.
Kento just killed Palm. Unintentionally.
Palm's going to regain that third position.
Yeah, I see Tarzan there wanting a green mini, and I'm glad you called him out on it. Get in the bloody thing then.
Yeah, it's there's always
good
room
to see him
back.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always room for one more. Definitely.
The dust off the green mini. I believe he is one of the from season 1. So
he'll
know how to handle one of these machines.
Yeah, he definitely know. I mean, if he can be here to watch, come and join in, man. Come and join in the fun and frolics. Oops!
Mark Quirty just caught his nose on that inside barrier, and that doesn't move.
That doesn't help. Sorry. Sorry, I should not delight in other people's misfortune, but it makes a change from it being mine, if I'm really honest.
So Palm's up into second,
look at that.
Right round the outside of there. Beautiful drift. 10 out of 10 for that one.
He has handled this mini quite well. I mean, Kyle was saying in the previous. He's chucking it round really, really well. He's got a feel for this.
The Mini is one of them cars that it's nice. It does overheat its tyres a bit, so it's struggling now on lap 3 and 4. I'd say definitely when we get onto the semis.
Oh, he just made it. He's
hanging in there.
But it's like I say, it's one of them where you look at it and you think, you know what? Give it a couple more rounds, a bit more practice under his belt. He won't be far off. I'm not saying he's going to be, kicking Dusty. He loves all that, doesn't he? In all fairness.
That's the thing. You're not going to pick up this skill in 1 or 2 rounds, are you?
No, Christ, no.
Yeah, you'll be competitive, but to dial it in as fast as some of these faster guys, it's I don't know where they're picking that up. I haven't got no answer for that.
No. Some people just have it. In all fairness, some people just have an innate ability to do certain things and do them well. So with a bit of luck, I mean, for us as a group, it's good that these 2 guys, him and Kento, come in. 2 pretty fresh faces, certainly fresh to rallycross, if not sim racing itself.
Takes a win there.
He'll be happy with that. After the last 2 rounds, I think he'll be more than happy with that. But I think he would, without being arrogant, I think he would have expected to. I think anything less than a win would have been disappointing for him, and I don't mean that horribly.
Palm having a second place, so he'll be made up with that for his first round of qualifying rounds.
And Mark, again, being on a pad, I know it gives you some benefits in circuit racing. I don't think you get any benefits in this, without being horrible. But look at the times. They've all been hitting around the low 50s generally. That's probably Kento's worst of the night.
He's picked up a little bit of contact, which has deleted his other times, isn't it? His faster times, maybe. Yeah, so in truth, it's been really good. Tarzan says maybe after a bit of practice, get some in then, mate. Lord of the Jungle with a name like that. The thing is, if he's Tarzan, where's Jane? That's what I want to know. Where's Jane and where's Cheetah the chimpanzee? I remember watching Johnny Weissmuller back in the day. Yeah, I know. I'm old.
Older. You know, I also remember the other guy who was in the colour version, and his name's just fallen straight out of my mind. But his Jane was quite nice looking, if I remember. But I was a kid then anyway, so every woman was nice looking back then. In the meantime, talking about nice looking women, here's Kyle. Hiya. I'm joking. You enjoyed that one much more, didn't you?
Yeah, but a bit better for me. I still had a bit of a crash at the end. I don't know if you saw it. But,
yeah, you had a bit of a tap.
Okay.
But yeah, I think again, I said what I said to Ratek then was not wanting to sound arrogant, but I think you would have been disappointed had you not won that heat. Is that a fair comment? I don't want it to sound arrogant, but
it was my only chance. My other ones, I was with the well-known top guys. So.
but you would have looked at that, and again, it can sound arrogant to some people, but it isn't arrogant. It's just saying, on paper, you were the best driver in that heat. Unfortunately, we're driving on dust and tarmac. So it's like, I think it's Mr. Quirty needs to get out. We need to get rid of you, Mark, if you can hear me. There. He has been dumped. But this will be
back. You will be back for the lights after this.
Absolutely. And so will I. So it'll be Crash Bandicoot for me. But I really want to do well at this track. I really, 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 really like this track. I think it looks brilliant to watch. The amounts of sending you can do around there, the amounts of throwing the rear around, it just looks epic. I just know that I'll throw it around and die.
I think, it should be a bit more manageable in the lights, because obviously you're not going to throw it as much.
No, that's true.
So it should be a bit closer racing as well in that sense. So
I'll probably throw it when I don't mean to. That's my problem. That'll be my issue with that. But
anyways, so
this will be a poor race. It'll be the worst race of the night with the 4 worst drivers ever. Not.
That last race, I was having a bit of fun as well. I was throwing the car around.
We did see that a bit. We did see that. You were chucking that rear end.
I thought I was going to crash that first wall a few times. So that's why the last lap I was like, I'm not going to blow it now.
Dusty at the back. Dusty. Kenny wants to get a good start here alongside Berries to keep Dusty out.
Yeah, this is what I want to see. I want to see Ratek put his nose in there and round the outside on this first corner.
Yeah,
you can do it.
You could from there, but I think if Kenny gets a good start, he gets the inside line and forces everybody else out. Dusty could have a problem because if these guys all get a good start, he's got nowhere to go whether he gets a good start or not. But I think he might.
Tough, but for him, he'll be hoping that the guys run it a bit wide so he can cut back.
That's what he did last time.
That's the only move you can make from that position.
Yeah, he's going to try and dive between Berries and Kenny, I would have thought. He's going to hope for that one rather than go outside of Berries. I think he's going to hope to get inside Berries if Berries goes wide.
Pretty much.
Oh, not the best start from Ryan. Oh, he's gone outside.
Kenny's going to be looking on the outside. Yeah,
Ratek got the start. They all had
outside, but he had an epic launch compared to the rest of them.
Yeah, they all sort of like, we got Dusty,
the two guys at the back
Dusty and Kenny
together. Kenny into the wall.
You know what? I think he got pushed out slightly. I don't think it was.
So this is going to be a major upset for them if they don't get back into this race soon.
I think Dusty's car's a bit knackered and all. Judging by the way it's handling, it looks like suspension damage on there. Look how he's
still Audis up front. So let's see which one of these will be the better Audi of them.
Yeah, where's you can't even see Dusty. I don't even know where he is. The gap's getting bigger and bigger.
Now.
Yeah, he's struggling.
Kenny.
Yeah.
I wonder if he waited for Kenny there. He might have felt bad.
Good shout. Yeah, good shout. It probably was his fault. Not being horrid, and obviously I know there's no blame attached because they are two of the cleanest guys known.
Because he looks like he's back in it there at the back now.
He does.
He's going slow, so I think he might have just slowed down a bit.
Yeah, good sportsmanship, if I get to say it right. But Mark got a brilliant start. He's just got to try and keep. Ryan's going to look for a switchback. He couldn't get it. Mark closed it out there. It's all going to be because Ryan's took his joker, which does surprise me actually. But he might have done that to try and get track position early doors. Mark can't take it, even if he wanted to. This is going to be interesting, you know.
It's going to be difficult for him to take that Joker. He'll probably save it till the very last lap.
Yeah.
But even so, to have a car so close behind you, it's very difficult to take it. Ooh, he takes some tyres with him there.
Oh, he did well to hold that. Did well to hold that. He did.
Pulls it back.
Well done, that man. Now, will he go Joker now to try to bring a bit of gap in, or do you think he'll still go last lap?
I think he may as well now.
Yeah, because he's not right up his backside, is he? He needs to try and bring that gap in, or...
Because if he waits too long, he could have the other two catch him, and then...
I know, yeah, he don't want that.
Problem that he was having. He doesn't want all that pressure on him when he takes that Joker.
Yeah, he's got a couple of seconds on third. He will now. He will... Oh!
No, he's saving it till the end.
I thought the way he threw that rear end around looked as if he was looking to get a straight line going in. Dusty's gone.
I think his back wheels touched the grass, which is why it's
why it spun around. So yeah, I just thought he was lining it up. Tells you what I know, doesn't it? But yeah, you see, Kenny's trying. Kenny's getting close.
Yeah, he's getting up on the back now of Ratek, so that's why I personally think Ratek should have taken his Joker before.
Yeah, take the pressure off. Kenny's going to get. Kenny might get. I mean, the difficulty here, right, is if Kenny's in prime position, what if Mark can't get to the Joker? He's just ploughed all those tyres. He just caught it with his nose, I think. See, this is what I'm meaning. This is exactly the scenario. Look, he can't do his Joker.
Yeah, he hasn't done it.
No, he can't do his Joker. That's exactly what, unless he did do it earlier, but I didn't see him.
Didn't register, maybe.
I didn't see him do it. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
I reckon it's the pressure of having the car up behind you that you can't physically take it sometimes.
Well, he couldn't go across, could he? He couldn't move across. Kenny was there, so he literally would have had to have stopped, or just. He'd have had to have braked enough to let Kenny off the throttle. I think he realised after he'd passed it. Because if you noticed, he came in a little bit. There was a little bit of a pause. And
well, I hope for his sake he didn't, because it'll be a big penalty if he did.
Yeah, I don't think he did it. I really don't think he did. I think he'll be telling us in a minute. I don't think he did.
Yeah, he'll own up to it, but...
Tarzan just said, Mark just said, solid fourth in this will do for me, but I don't know whether he said that earlier. And Tarzan just said, good news, guys. Some guy named Tarzan is coming out of retirement next week with his green Mini.
Nice.
He's going to be bringing it.
Nice.
Well,
season 1 throwback.
We will be waiting with masturbated breath. That's all I'm going to say. You'll be welcomed back with open legs.
That was the last race of the Supers. If you've been watching the stream, don't worry though, because we've got more racing coming up in just a moment. We have the lights coming on after this, so that'll come up in a new stream because our streamer right now, Motormouth, will be swapping to do some racing, and Ratek will be taking over the next stream. So
that could break the trade descriptions out. I could break the trade descriptions out now, because will I actually be racing or will I just be crashing a lot? I'm not sure.
You'll have to show us.
Yeah, trust me, you probably won't be disappointed. It'll be interesting. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, as Mr. K9 just said then, as most dogs do, they bark. But no, seriously, we're disappearing for end of part 1. We will be back with part 2, which is known as the 300 horsepower lights, which we will be driving around here and trying to make these guys look bad. Trust me, it won't happen. But see you back here in 2 minutes. Have fun, gents.